Happy Friday. Coming up today on this episode of the social media scene. Got a lot to talk about. First, we got to talk about Facebook and live shopping Fridays. Live shopping Fridays. What's that all about? I'll tell you. Also, Pinterest is going live for the first time. Going live for the first time. That should be interesting. Also, Twitter's new verification process is open to everybody. And it probably won't be as easy as it was the first time to get that coveted blue check mark. And also today we've got some Snapchat and TikTok news you can use. So all of that and more is coming up next. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back. Happy Friday. Ooh, there it is again. I always forget that. Hey, it's official. The show has begun. When you see the clapboard, the show has begun. All right. Well, welcome to a new episode of the social media scene. I am Alice Fuller, principal consultant at Sheer Social. But let's first take care of this music. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Let's go ahead and fade that out real pretty like. Go ahead and knock that out. Thank you, and thank you again. Lovely, lovely. Now, again, I am Alice Fuller, principal consultant at Sheer Social. Now, what in the world is Sheer Social? Because it's somewhat hard to say for some people. It is my social media marketing training and consulting business. I do more training and teaching and consulting more than I do the social media management stuff. I used to do a lot of that, but I don't do that as much anymore. But I still do it for certain clients. So don't get me wrong. I'm still in that day-to-day social media management space for some clients. But the social media scene is where I tell you what is going on in the world of social media from week to week. Now, I can't tell you every blessed thing because there's always a lot going on, but I try to wade through all the extra, all the noise, and get down to the most important stuff, especially how you use social media for business and a little bit of fun. And sometimes too, I add a little entertainment flavor in there, a little television, film, celebrity, only because one, that's my background, and two, in a minute, it's just going to be media. It's all going to be media. There won't be traditional media, new media, social media. It will just be media. Big old convergence. Just wait. It's coming. It's coming. Well, hell, it's already here. Technically, if you're looking, it's already here. So, welcome to the social media scene. Now, for those of you that are new, here's what I need you to do, and for those of you that come every week, I need you to go ahead and share this stream with friends and frenemies. Share this stream in those places and spaces where conversations of social media are going on, and especially in those places and spaces where you know there's that one or two friend or associate that thinks they know everything about social media. Even we who do it every day don't know everything about social media because it's always changing, always evolving. And today is no different because what I said maybe a year ago is not relevant today in many instances, or even what I said a couple of months ago in our reality. So go ahead, share this stream with friends and frenemies. While you do that, let me give you a rundown of what is going on this episode today. So again, we got to talk about Facebook. Facebook live shopping. But they're calling it not necessarily Facebook live shopping. They're calling it, what are they calling it? They're calling it live shopping Fridays. Live shopping Fridays. And I'll tell you what that's all about. Also today, Pinterest going live for the first time. Their very first virtual event. Big ups. Pinterest took you a minute, but yay. Everybody else is going live, doing virtual events, live streaming. Why not Pinterest? So, Twitter. Got to talk about Twitter and the relaunch of its verification process. And I don't think your best publicist will be able to get around some of these new rules and regulations Twitter has in space or has in place. But I think that's a good thing, and I'll tell you why. And today I got some some news that you can use, as I call it, about TikTok and Snapchat, because I know a lot of you are beginning to explore TikTok, and some of you are still on Snapchat, and it feels like we're not talking about Snapchat as much as we used to because our attention is so drawn to TikTok and what's going on over there. But it is still a very popular platform for young and old, not just young people. So we definitely got to talk about that today. So that is the rundown for today. So let's go ahead and get started. But before I do that, let me do one little thing to make sure I am doing exactly what I am supposed to be doing. One little thing. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Let me just make sure. Yep. Okay, cool. I am doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm streaming multiple places at one time. Yeah, so that's good. Now, let's go ahead and get officially started. Let's go ahead and do the damn thing. So here you go. It's not official. Bam! Do you see that? Yes, that's how we start them. All right, so let's dive right into Facebook. Facebook shopping, live shopping. Okay, so I've been telling you for the last couple of years, I'd say for the last 3 years, especially when it comes down to e-commerce and social media, they're converging. I've been telling you that. So add now a layer of live streaming to that. Yep, that means what you see on television on certain channels with people selling products in real time, you will now get to experience that through social media. Facebook being one that's really delving into it with this new live shopping Fridays. So starting this week, this Friday, basically today through July 16th. If you are in the beauty and fashion industry, and especially for those of you that are, blogging and vlogging and reviewing, this is especially great for you. And for those of you that love makeup and buying makeup and all of that, that is not me at all, not even one little bit. But for those of you that do it, this is a great day for you. Now, why is it a great day? Because you're going to be able to come to certain pages on Facebook and buy products, cosmetics, however you decide, however you define cosmetics, eyeliner, lipsticks, the whole kit and caboodle. You know what you do. So from now until July 16th, every Friday, they'll have a chance to go live. These brands will go live on their Facebook shops. Now, I've told you about Facebook shops too. If you're not necessarily on social media all the time, however, you do have a Facebook fan page, and let's say you've got a Shopify. You're selling t-shirts or cups or aprons or whatever you do on Shopify and some other places. You can now integrate the two so that you have a Facebook shop. Okay, so that's the bare bones of that. Now, like I said, add the streaming element to that, and now you will have an opportunity to buy products in real time on Facebook pages. Certain brands, now, not every brand has access to this. So I suspect right now they're probably doing this with those companies that are probably paying a lot of money in ads. But even at that, you as an individual who is in this space of beauty and cosmetics and makeup and all of that, I think this is a wonderful opportunity to see what you can do on your own page. So starting today, to the 21st, yep. Let's see, the Glow Up. That's one place you can go to see live streaming now or live shopping starting at these are Pacific Standard Time. So 12 o'clock on the West Coast is 3 o'clock. 1:30 is 4:30. So if you're on the East Coast, 3 o'clock and 4:30. If you're on the West Coast, at noon and 1:30. And you can also find this new fashion finds and self-care spotlight. Yep. These are three brands right out the gate that are going to be doing this Facebook shopping or live shopping every Friday from 12 o'clock to 1:30. I got my times wrong. Hold on. I got my times wrong. At 12 p.m. to 1:30. That's an hour. That's an hour and a half. Okay. So then the next time you'll see them is from 3 o'clock to 4:30. So again, if you are on the West Coast, starting at noon today, if you're on the East Coast, that would be for you 3 o'clock. Okay. So from 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you'll see the page Glow Up doing their first Facebook live shopping quote unquote event, if that's what you want to call it. Same thing with the new fashion finds and self-care spotlight. These are brands, and of course they're all in that beauty, fashion, kind of thing. All of that kind of. Now, here's what's interesting too about this. We talked about this during the summit that I did last month, the Live and in Color Summit. We talked about, well, specifically the speaker, Stephanie Liu, she talked about Facebook live shopping. So for those of you that are interested in doing this yourself on your own, on your very own fan page, let me show you just a little preview of what we discussed during the summit. And I'm doing this, yes, because right now the replays of the summit are available. If you want them, they are available, and I'll show you where to go to get them. So let's see if I hook this up right today. If I did, this should go wonderfully. If I didn't, this will go horribly. Hey, Curtis. So let's see if I hook this up. Did I do it right? I got this over here, doing this right here. Okay, cool. Let's see if I did it right. I did it right for a change. Wonderful. So let's go over here and press play.
You could leverage this opportunity. Okay, so now I just saw Tiffany's question too. So now let's talk about how you can get started with Facebook Live Shopping. This is where you want to take a screenshot of this because I'm going to walk you through this. Okay, Tiffany? So first off, when you are doing Facebook Live Shopping, you're going to have to jump into Facebook Live Producer. So if you're not already familiar with Facebook Live Producer, that's definitely where you want to go ahead and get started. So let's do our live demo. This is exactly what you're waiting for. Let's do this. Okay. All right. So I'm going to move this screen over here.
So that's all y'all going to get. Okay. That's all you're going to get. Stephanie gave us literally a masterclass in how to set up Facebook shops as well as the Facebook Live Producer. That was a great session at the summit. Wonderful, 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 wonderful thing there. But here's the thing. In order to get the replays, you saw that on YouTube, okay? But where you need to go to get all the sessions, not just that one, is over here to the, let me see, do I have it? Oh, I did have it. I don't have it anymore. Man, damn. So let me do this right quick. You can go here, go to the liveandincolorsummit.com, Live and in Color Summit, and get the replays. That's right. Get the replays from the summit so you can get Stephanie's replay, and she'll walk you through. If you're interested in doing Facebook Live shopping, not just watching other brands do it, but you're ready to really leverage live streaming and selling products through your own fan page, This is where you need to go. Okay, so there you go. Now the summit is over, as most of you already know. Okay, so here we go. This is where you need to go to get the replays, and they are $47 for the whole thing. Now there's a whole lot you get for $47. It really is. There's a lot of information. You got 10 speakers, 9 sessions. There's Stephanie there. And we talk about some of everything regarding live streaming. These two gentlemen right here, Kirk and Sean, or better known as Doc Rock, they're going to tell you what equipment you need. You need cameras, you need lights, you need microphones, you need all of that. Bradley will tell you exactly how to use graphics, to make your live stream pop. And we've got a Twitch expert. We've got an Amazon Live. Kimberly talks about how to turn live streaming into a business, a bona fide business for yourself. And then, like I said before, we have Stephanie, and then we have also a demo of Ecamm, which is the tool that I'm using. And we have Shar Caesar Douglas, and she's going to tell you about YouTube and what YouTube is doing for creators, and especially creators of color. So go on over here, or come on over here to the Live and in Color Summit and get the replay so that you can especially go ahead and start leveraging live streaming and Facebook Live shopping. Facebook Live shopping. Now, getting back to what Facebook is doing, because I know some of you will probably want to see who else is going to be doing some of this live streaming with shops are concerned. So let me go ahead and go down the row here, give you a little taste of what it's going to look like. So this is over here on the Facebook blog. And as you can see here on the Facebook blog, she's doing a little makeup tutorial. It's kind of interesting, I guess. Matching colors kind of thing. Okay, and they say, I just told you about each Friday, these 3 brands will go live. Told you about that. So then there's some other ones too. Abercrombie and Fitch will be doing a live stream showcasing their summer dresses, denim, swimwear. Okay, cool. And we've got Bobbi Brown Cosmetics. Okay, Clinique. Okay, these are some names I recognize, even though I'm not really in that space. Sephora. Okay. All right. So, like I said before, go to these pages, and every Friday at noon, right there, noon, and at 3, you got 2 opportunities to buy and engage with these companies about their products. So that's a big opportunity, big opportunity. But I want you to understand, it's a big opportunity for you too. A big opportunity for you. If you're not a major, company or brand, there's an opportunity for you to do Facebook Live shopping and e-commerce. So you don't necessarily have to be a major brand to do it. All right, so that's the Facebook news of the day. Let's go ahead and move on to other news, because there's more definitely to talk about. Now, before I do that, let me get my clapper here. There we go. And bam. I was a little early. Eventually, I'm going to figure out how to add sound to that. Speaking of live streaming, Pinterest is going live. Who would have thunk it? Pinterest. The place where mostly women get together, pin their aspirations, or they call them save now, onto a board. Basically, many little manifestation boards all over the place. Well, that's what Pinterest has kind of been known for years. But now they are dipping into this virtual event space, at least once. Maybe they'll do this every year. We'll see. But for the very first time, May 24th through May 25th. That's what? Is that what? Monday, Tuesday of next week? May 24th through May 25th. Pinterest is running the first ever virtually event inside the Pinterest app. Talk about a way to bring people to your app. This is definitely a way to do it. So, if you indeed are a pinner or you're a person on Pinterest, go to the Pinterest app. Notice I'm not saying go to, such and such.com. I didn't say that. What I said was go to the app. Because if you try to go to your Pinterest profile or go to Pinterest on a computer, you're going to miss it. Because from my research, this is not a desktop thing. This is an in-app thing. So, what will you see? Well, once again, for those of you that are interested in food, design, cooking, fashion, and some other topics, especially, maybe some mental health, then that's what you're going to get. So how do you access it? Like I said, first thing you want to do, power up your Pinterest app. You got to power up the app. Then once you power up the app, you'll go to the a live tab inside the Pinterest app. So again, if you don't have the Pinterest app, well, technically you're going to need to get it because otherwise you're not going to be able to access this event. So that's one. Go to the app or get the app, then open up the live tab, and from the live tab you should be able to see the live stream going. You'll be able to interact with the individuals that are doing the live stream. However, here's the biggie. There is not a shopping functionality, okay? So unlike Facebook, who is doing the live shopping every Friday where you can, buy products, with this first virtual event and basically a live stream with Pinterest, you'll just watch creators, but not purchase products, okay? No purchasing of products, at least not for this first one. Maybe once they get this one under their belt, get comfortable with it, then maybe if they do this again next year or in maybe 6 months, maybe you will be able to shop. But at the end of the day, you still get to watch, you still get to engage, ask questions, interact. And at the end of the day, you can't fault them on that, especially for a first time out the box. This is Pinterest, people. Pinterest. We're not accustomed to talking about Pinterest and live streaming. Not really, not at all. So this is a first time, and they, you know what, they deserve some applause. You know what? Let me just do this for you, Pinterest, right quick. Yeah, my applause are better. I have a sound effect on my computer for applause, and mine is so much robust. It's just better than that. That sounds like two people. But at any rate, the sentiment is still fuller than what it sounds like, Pinterest. So we do applaud you, Pinterest, for getting into the virtual space. So there will be 21 people or creators throughout this event, and with 7 different sessions per day. 3-day event, 21 creators, and 7 different sessions per day. The live streams will allow up to 5 guests, within the stream, but at the end of the day, unlimited people can view it. All right, so let me show you a little bit. I got a little example here of what this might look like. And hopefully for those of you that are still pinners, this will be something of interest to you. So let's go over here. Show the browser here. As you can see here, is there sound? I do believe there is sound.
Recipes or are curious about my favorite recipes, then you should join me for my session, Good Taste, in the Kitchen with Peter. I'll be making, step by step, my sugar and spice twists with orange and walnuts. It's the perfect dessert, breakfast treat, or anytime treat, and they look pretty darn impressive too. So get your flour and your sugar ready. I look forward to creating with you.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Hi everyone, I'm Peter Som, and I love...
Okay, well, thank you, Peter. Okay, so as you can see here, this is just one of the creators, one of the 21 that you will see during that virtual event within the Pinterest app, So if you want to attend this one, you see here, you can say, remind me. And yes, I am on Pinterest on the desktop. But if you're on your phone, you might be able to set up a schedule and do reminders too. It says already 5,000 people are attending. That's hot. That's hot. Okay. Well, that's the Pinterest news for the day. So big ups to Pinterest. Go ahead. That's just the start of something big. All right. So let's go ahead and do our next story. Twitter. For those of you that love Twitter, spelled Twiddah. Twitter. Twitter. Hey, Pat. Yes, you say you like Pinterest. You know what? I haven't been on Pinterest in forever. I have not been on Pinterest in forever. But I have, well, you know what? That's not true. I have been on Pinterest, but it was for search. I wasn't pinning or saving anything or creating a board. I was there doing research for the show. So I can't say I haven't been on Pinterest in forever, because that would be a lie, straight out lie. I just haven't used it for the purpose that most people use it for. Put it that way. That would be more accurate. So when we start talking about Twitter, though, I told y'all months ago, I think probably the last part of December, or either early part of this year, 2021, that the whole process Twitter had before for verification, they were just changing all of that. And they went through this whole campaign of asking Twitter users for our input on how the whole process should change and things of that nature. And then they incorporated all of that feedback into the process that they have now. So this new process, of course, there's going to be some new policy changes that come with that. And I don't think it's going to be as easy as it was years ago to get that blue check mark. Because some of y'all just do the most to get a blue check mark. I mean, really, some of y'all do the damn most. Okay, I'm going down a slippery slope. So bring it back, Allison. Bring it back. Bring it back. Okay, so when it gets down to who can get the new, well, the badge is not new, it's the same badge, but who should apply? And that's a good way to say it. That's a better way to say it. Yes. So this time round, who should apply for Twitter verification? Because you're going to go through some verification. You're going to have some documentation this time. And so publicists, because I work with a lot of y'all, go ahead and get your stuff together, because it ain't going to be just fill out the little form in some cases and hit submit. You're going to have to verify some things with some documentation, depending on who your client may be. Or if you are your own client, same thing. Okay. Now, why are they making it a little bit more, I don't want to call it harder? Because if you've been following social media for any length of time, then especially if you've been on Twitter for a little while, then you know that whole blue badge, especially about 4 years ago, was just creating drama. People were mad about certain people getting the badge. They thought, certain politicians, certain individuals didn't deserve the badge. It was just drama. So to alienate some of that, Twitter came up with something new. Pat, you say you've been wanting to be Twitter verified but don't have big numbers. Well, at this point, it won't really matter. This new verification process won't matter. And the reality of it is too, in my personal and professional opinion, having that blue badge, is it really going to help you do what? Because you still got to put in the work to grow your following. The blue badge isn't going to help you do that. you still have to engage. The blue badge doesn't help you do that. So you still got to put in the work. However, you blue badge or not blue badge, you got to put in the work. Now, if you're a major celebrity, then what I just said, you can throw out the window in many cases, because people are going to follow you regardless. But for we non-celebrities, although we may be celebrity in our mind, but the reality of it is you got to put in the work if you want that. Now, what do you got to do? The new verification requirements come down to basically six specific categories. And each of the 6 categories have their own identification and qualification requirements. The 6 categories are government, companies, basically brands and nonprofit organizations. Companies, brands, nonprofit organizations. Because I know a lot of y'all be like, well, I'm a brand. Oh, okay. Then you've got news, entertainment, sports, activists, organizers, and other influential individuals. Now, I know a lot of y'all are going to try to slide in on that influential individuals. Okay. Pat, you say, I've been having certain problems with Facebook and could use more credibility. Yeah. Well, once again, these platforms making you put in more work, because of some of the situations they created. And then on some of that too comes down to, because of the situation some of these platforms created or allowed to be created, now they're making people work harder to verify who they are and the status they claim to have. And so, it's a good thing, it's a bad thing, but if you want to be on the platform, you got to jump through some hoops if you want to get these badges and verifications. So Twitter says, look, this is quote, everyone on Twitter will start to see the new verification application directly in the account's settings tab. If you don't see the update immediately, don't worry. We're gradually rolling it out to everyone to ensure that we can review applications in a timely manner. In other words, they don't want to be bombarded, because one of the other complaints people had for years about Twitter verification, it was taking too long and people felt like they were being ignored or not acknowledged and all of that. So they're going to roll it out slow but sure, and hopefully the response time will be quicker. So let me show you what the application looks like, because I know you want to know. I'd want to know. Let me show you this. Let me set it up here real pretty like. Okay, so we're over here on the Twitter blog, and let's roll with it. As you can see here, relaunching verification. What's next? Okay, what it means to be verified on Twitter. We got all of that. Who's eligible? I just told you all of that. Okay, now it says who can apply. Anyone on Twitter can apply. So, okay. I just told you about if you don't see it in your settings yet, don't worry. It's coming. Here's what the application flow will look like. So you got the categories I just ran down to you, the 6 categories, okay? And then from there, like I said before, you're going to need some verification. That part right there. Government issued ID, a photo of your government issued ID. Official email address. And it better have a domain relevant to the category you chose. And you got to have an official website that directly references your Twitter account. Technically, those are easy hoops to jump through. Technically. Should be, especially if you work for the government in some capacity. You should have a government ID. That shouldn't be so hard. And an email that's relevant. So you can't just roll up talking about, you need to verify me with this Gmail. That ain't gonna work. Okay, let's see. And then you send your request, and your request has been sent. They say they got it. We'll contact you as soon as a decision has been made. Then they got a brief survey. Okay, So it appears pretty simple, but the two things you got to understand, the 6 categories. And with the 6 categories, they're going to ask you for some verification, some documentation, some proof. Okay. So technically, some of y'all are like, well, what if I don't fit into any of those categories. I don't fit into any of these. I'm just a regular old person. Just me, myself, and I. Well, like I said before, I don't know what to tell you any more than what I just told you. You're still going to have to put in the work. You're still going to have to, grow your following. You're still going to have to put up some great content and be a part of the Twitter universe. That's not going to stop. So even if you don't, fit into one of these 6 categories, you still got to add the social part, the social media. So I would not spend a whole lot of time trying to get that blue badge, unless indeed it was something I had to have for my job, or for me, for a client or something of that nature. But otherwise, just keep doing what you do and use Twitter to the fullest, because there's more important things happening with Twitter than just verification. All right. So let's move on to other news. So TikTok and Snapchat. Okay, let's first do TikTok. This is real quick. Now, for those of you that are exploring TikTok, because I know some of you, I know Pat, you're on TikTok now. How you like it? Are you having fun? It looks like you're having fun over there based on what I've seen thus far. I'm not on TikTok, in case you're wondering, people. But I know Pat is on TikTok. So, and based on the post that I saw on Facebook, it looks like you're having fun over there on the Tik and Tok. So if that's the case, keep having fun. And then let me know how you like it. Okay. Now, for those of you that have been on TikTok a little while, you say TikTok is fun. Okay. All right. So for those of you that have been on the platform a little while now, you might say that, you know what, I'd love to be able to get rid of some of these comments, because some of these comments coming in are kind of crazy. And some of them are a little extra. And I don't mean extra in a good way, but extra in a negative way. And you would like a way to be able to get rid of them in bulk pretty easily. Well, oh, happy day for you, because guess what? TikTok, not Twitter. TikTok added a new option that will now enable you to bulk delete comments on your content there. All you got to do is long press any comment, just any of them. Press it long, and then tap the pencil icon in the upper left-hand corner, and then you'll be able to select multiple comments for action. Bulk delete. Just go down to the comments and click the ones you want to delete, and bloop, gone. Just like that. So you can do up to 100 comments or accounts if you want to do it that way. 100, up to 100. That's pretty good. That should give you almost a clean slate to a degree. So that's better than, having to, sit there, look at the comment, then you got to delete. At least this way you can do it a little faster. Once again, all you got to do is go to one of the comments, press on it for a couple of seconds, or you could just tap on the pencil icon in the upper left-hand corner, and then from there select multiple comments for deletion. If you want to do if you got 100 to delete, then knock yourself out, and then they're gone. Yay. Now, that's TikTok news that you can use. Now for Snapchat. Now, Snapchat this week was doing the most too, because I haven't really talked about Snapchat in a little while, because, we've been focusing so much on TikTok over the last, year? And, we had all the drama with the Trumpster. Then, now that has seemed to be settled, now more and more people love the fact that, they don't have to deal with content blocking, or for lack of a better phrasing, they feel as if it's not filled with ads yet, like Instagram. It's not, they don't feel like the algorithm is blocking their content, from people seeing their content. You get more engagement. So it's a wonderful place from what I'm hearing. Okay. So that's good for TikTok. But with Snapchat, and talking about Snapchat, we've been talking about Snapchat almost as if it's not a social media platform, even though it is. With Snapchat kind of sees itself, and it said this before, as a tech company, more of a tech company that also does social media. Because remember, you had the spectacles, and they have released a new version of those glasses. I don't think they're as cute, but nonetheless, the spectacles are back. You can purchase those. But today I want to talk about pages for, or profiles for, business. If you are a business using Snapchat, or you want to use Snapchat not as a person but as a business, you now will be able to do so with a public business profile. Whoa, whoa. Okay, we see you. But here's the thing. What took Snap so damn long? You would have thought by now this would have been something Snapchat would have had 3 years ago at best, maybe even longer. What took you so long, Snap? That's my question. Business profiles on a social media platform is a given. I mean, even messenger apps have business profile. You know what? So let me get off that. I don't know what was going on with Snap, but at the end of the day, you got them now. So better late than never. So if you're a business, you want to have a business presence on Snapchat, you now can do so with public profiles. Yay. So what do you get? Well, you'll still be able to do what you would expect, engage with your customers and audience and things of that nature. You'll also be able to showcase lenses, augmented reality. Now, even though stories started with Snap, okay, for those of you that don't know this, the whole stories thing started with Snapchat. And then Facebook won't let another platform live. So they borrowed that and handed it off to Instagram. Okay, then Instagram stories became a thing. All right. And then everybody else piled on. Okay, so that's the long and short of that. But when it comes down to augmented reality, though, this is where Snapchat is still a little ahead of the game when it comes to social media platforms. It has always been a little ahead of the game in AR. Yes, I know Facebook got Oculus and all of that. Yeah, I know all of that. But at the end of the day, when we start talking about doing stuff in app, within the app, within the mobile app, and augmented reality, Snap or Snapchat kind of took that and ran with it. And that's one thing, once again, that sets it apart from everybody else. So big ups to you, Snap, on that, and not allowing Facebook to buy you that too. Okay, so what will these new pages look like? Well, let's go on over here to the Snapchat blog, because everybody's got their little blog. So as you can see here, introducing public profiles for business. Pretty basic. You see a location there. You see a website. Okay, cool. Wonderful. You got highlights. Put your content there that you want people to highlight. That you want to highlight, that you want people to see, not vice versa. And then you got the lenses. Okay. So, same thing I just pretty much told you. You can have an organic presence, meaning you don't have to pay for it. And also means you can still do the engagement that you would expect to do without having to pay for it. And you still can, put all your content on the profile. This part might be interesting to you too. Snapchatters can also subscribe to your profile to stay up to date with your content, new product launches, and more. Now, here's the thing. I just told you a few minutes ago that when it comes down to social media and e-commerce, when we get to talking about making money in social media, one of the ways that's being explored to the fullest right now is e-commerce. So one reason I think Snapchat probably is now doing this I don't want to call it a push, because it's not necessarily a push, but they are doing something with business profiles and business pages. I think it's because they too want to get into the e-commerce element of it, so that you can sell your products through, your business profile on the platform. Now, I could be wrong on this. I could be just as wrong as two left feet. But the timing of it is not lost to me at all. With all the other major platforms, with the exception of, LinkedIn doesn't do that yet. But with most of your major platforms allowing businesses to now have shops or some form of shopping within the application or within the platform, Snapchat now with these business profiles are giving businesses the opportunity to sell products. That is the trend. And people, I dare say this is not a trend that's going to fall off in a year. This is where social media is going, and it's going to stay because everybody wants their coin. The creators want their coin. The platforms want their coin. And of course, you want to buy and give up some of your coin. Okay? So at the end of the day, if you are a business, you want to do business on Snapchat, now you can create a business profile and do the damn thing. So much success to you, if indeed that is you. Well, people, that's a wrap. You know what? It's official. It's not official till I do this. The real clapboard. Yep, it's official. That's the end of today's show. That's today's show, nutshell. And let's see, who do we have come through today? We had Pat come through and comment. Now, I saw some of y'all lurking. I saw you, and I appreciate you. But don't be a lurker. Come on in and engage. Comments. We love comments. Pat says she dumped Snapchat and preferred to go off on TikTok and Instagram. Yeah, a lot of people left Snapchat. I remember a couple of years ago when Rihanna left Snapchat. Woo-woo. Thank you, Pat. You say great show. Thank you. I try. Trying to do the damn thing. And there's some other things that I really, really want to do. So this is half the time. This is just me testing some ideas and some new things. But in a minute, we're going to do this thing bigger and better in a minute. Just got some things to do in advance of that. But yeah, it's going to get better. It is. That said, people, I do want to co-host. Yeah, I do want to co-host. If you feel like you got the gift of gab, but I also need you to have some intelligence behind it too, okay? If you got the gift of gab and you are, you're really passionate about social media, digital media, that kind of thing, come. I am looking for a co-host. Matter of fact, I'm looking for a couple of co-hosts. That's you. If you're interested, hit me up here on Facebook, on the Twitter, on the YouTube, email. I'm accessible. I'm not hard to find at all, especially online. Now in person, don't show up. But online, please use the means that are available to you to come through. Let me know if you want to host, or if there's a topic you want me to talk about on the show that's social media related, let me know that as well. Okay, so that's a wrap, people. Have a great weekend. Please be safe out here in these streets. Please. And I say that selfishly because I do want you to return next week to watch the show. But sincerely, be careful out here in these streets because people are cray. People are cray. They're just cray. So, that said, I will see you next week, same time, same place, same profiles. I almost said fan page. But yeah, the fan page, the Twitter profile, the YouTube, all that. Yes. I will see you next week. Have a good weekend. Oh, I forgot too. Once again, if you missed the Live and in Color Summit that I did last month, and I'm not bragging, I'm really not, because based on the feedback from attendees, and no, I didn't pay them, they told me how great the information was that was shared during the summit. If indeed you want to get the replays, get all 9 sessions, all you gotta do is go on over to the Live and in Color website. I'm gonna show it to you one more again. Here you go, the liveandincolorsummit.com. The replays are now available. They are $47. I know some of you, let's see what this will be. $47. There you go, 47, boom, bam, boom. And once you purchase the replays, you can watch them at nauseam as long as you want. And then hopefully after you get all that knowledge, that's about 8 to 9 hours of content, then you'll be ready to start your first live streams and make them look real professional. You don't need a lot of money, people. You really don't. You really don't need a lot of money to do a quality live stream. You really don't. But having a little knowledge, especially the knowledge that was shared during the summit, will go a long way. And I know a lot of you are going to spend hours upon hour searching through YouTube tutorials and looking at other people. That's a time suck. So either way, you're going to spend time or you're going to spend a little bit of money and get a lot of value. Totally up to you. But if I were you, and I have been you, and hell, in some cases I still am you, $47 is not bad at all for that much great content. I try to keep it, within a budget, just keeping in mind that not everybody can afford $100 and something, but maybe 47 is within your budget. If not, then it's okay. In due time, it will be. Okay. Have a great weekend, people. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.